Jesus Christ. You take the thing back and I don't guarantee explosions. So I can't get this replaced. Oh, Jesus. Come on, you. Come on. Wait, there we go. Hello, and I survived last time with the giant explosion and my house being blown up. Mostly. And I'm here to talk to you about my next thing. Kids shows. Now, we've all watched them and we all have our favourites. And it's basically what we remember probably most of all about our childhood is the shows we watched, the toys we played, and probably the moments we had. But today I'm here to commemorate my top 10 favourite. So, sit back, relax, I'm Alexthehunted, I've got a shit haircut, and this is the top 10 shows of my childhood.
Listen to Remco's Baby Laugh a Lot. You're listening to Baby Laugh a Lot. She's the funniest doll you've ever seen. Just push the button and she starts to giggle. Get Baby Laugh a Lot by Remco.
Now before I start this list, I don't want to get any complaints from people saying, why did you put this show in the list? It's the best show ever. So to silence them, I'm going to do my honourable mentions. This is going to be quick. Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Simpsons, SpongeBob SquarePants, Ben 10, Justice League, Very Odd Parents, Tom and Jerry, Animaniacs, Power Rangers, Batman, South Park, Flintstones, Johnny Bravo, Dragon Ball Z, Drake and Josh, Cramp Twins, Danny Phantom, Family Guy, Star Wars, Clone Wars, Batman Animated Series, Spider-Man, Superman Animated Series, Pokemon, and a shitload of others which I can't remember the names of. Now that that's over, let's begin. Thunderbirds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Talk about a show that was ahead of its time. Thunderbirds was an action-packed, edge-of-your-seat disaster flick. Every single episode of it. Every episode something would go horribly wrong, like a plane's about to crash, the Empire State Building has blown up and is about to fall and kill everyone, or a boat is sinking and needs rescuing. And it was up to a family of 6 unbelievably rich people to go out and save the day in their incredibly high-tech rocket ships. That's basically what they were. They also had a female spy by the name of Lady Penelope, who had a pink Rolls Royce and had a butler, who only really seemed to have one line.
Yes, milady.
The show was created by Gary Anderson, who was responsible for other programs like Captain Scarlet and Stingray, and was a genius at that sort of puppet work. He also had a special effects master by the name of Derek Medling, I think that's right, who was so good you could tell he went on to do Superman and Bond films. Thunderbirds. It showed the world that puppets are all right. Mystery Science Theatre 3000. Now, before I get into this, yes, I know this show only aired on American cable. But give me a chance to explain. Because thanks to the dawn of the magnificent internet, I was actually allowed to watch every single episode of the show. And by God have I loved every single minute of it. And I sort of see these as the original bad film critics because, I mean, it's easy to make a 20-minute review of a shit film and add a few jokes. But it's very hard, and I know this because I've tried and I failed massively to do a whole film and do jokes about the show. You can clearly see the show had a budget of 20p, but it used it very well. I mean, the show was so successful it ran for 10 seasons. 10 seasons! And they're still sort of doing it now on the internet with riff tracks, where they're basically watching terrible, well, not terrible films, good and bad films, and doing basically the same thing. This is probably one of the funniest shows to come out of America. It is just so easily brilliant. This idea is so brilliant. Having three people watch awful movies and do funny commentary over it. It's just so simple, and yet they made it so brilliant. Mystery Science Theater 3000, maybe the first bad movie critics.
The song about the Buckets 3 crew. They're gonna die from all the heat. They tried to kill me with a forklift.
Science Theater 3000.
Top Gear. Who would have thought three middle-aged men and a man who won't take off his helmet and their penis substitutes for vehicles could become one of the most successful franchises to ever come out of the BBC, with 2.6 billion people watching the show worldwide. It's such a mystery how Top Gear became so massive, especially when you see where Top Gear started. The old show was basically a factual thing. You watched it and you became wiser about cars. And my God, was it dull. However, in 2002 Top Gear came back and it hasn't stopped growing since. You can see how much it's changed over the years, from just becoming a car show to a entertainment phenomenon. And you can see that by when you look at the season previews. Let's have a look at one of the first season previews and one of the most recent.
Right now.
What do we want? Aston Martin!
Dear God!
Do you actually do anything to your hair?
Well, I wash it.
You're turning my car into a colander!
What a pillock.
Sand! I'm mending something!
It just shows how big it's become. From incredibly fast cars, ridiculous challenges, famous celebrities, and ambitious stunts. This is what made Top Gear one of my favourite ever shows. So you might be asking why I put it so low on this list. Well, really, it's not really a kids show, is it? It's just a show that kids happen to watch a lot. Top Gear, the show that says fuck you to the environment. Looney Tunes. Probably the original master of cartoon violence, this was another show that was so ahead of its time. Looney Tunes showed the world that cartoon violence could be funny. And it's still funny to this day, unlike Disney, which I just see as happy, bubbly and not funny. It's just dull. Very dull. Even though Looney Tunes was originally shown in cinemas, it was still incredibly popular. Some people would just go to the cinemas to watch Looney Tunes. That's how good it was. All thanks to the show's popularity should go to Hugh Herman. Is that saying right? Who was the Oscar-winning creator of Looney Tunes and made a violent show work in a PC time, and also made probably the most famous cartoon animal ever, Bugs Bunny. Despite the name Bugs, he would always put one over anyone he meets, and had a massive wardrobe where he could dress up from a woman to an opera conductor. Looney Tunes, probably the original master of cartoon violence. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This was an incredibly weird show, and unbelievably funny at the same time. Having two kids beating death at Limbo, making him his best friend forever. And it just got weirder as the show progressed. And funnier, but also having one of my favourite jokes of all time. The farting ghost Nazi duck.
Oops, I'll get that. That was the invisible duck. So, what are you in for?
I beat the snot out of a guy for farting!
Guard!
Just the sound of it makes me so angry!
Guard!
Angry!
Guard!
God, I've got weird tastes. But other jokes I found annoying.
Yes!
The show was created by Maxwell Atom, which is not only a great name, but it wasn't the original idea for the show. It was originally called Grim and Evil, where it was paired with another show called Evil Con Carne. You could definitely see that this show took risks with some of the jokes more than once. Take a look at Jeff, the giant spider, who basically is a neglected son because Billy hates spiders but hatched him from an egg, and basically attacks Jeff every single time he sees him. And here's another example. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Who knew that beating death would be so weird?
Excuse me. While you kids talk, I'm gonna pick my nose.
And that was number 6 in my list. And now we're hang on a minute. I've got something after the explosion. I've got something living in my closet, and I've got to go see what it is. All right, what the fuck are you? Oh my God! No! Ah, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! No! Please!